All right, guys and gals and guys. Welcome to our April meeting.
Hey guys.
Everybody pay their taxes. All right. Let's first recognize our new first-time visitor people. Who's here for the first time? All right. Tell us your name and what you do.
My name's Scott Admiral. I'm a home builder.
And I have a roll-off business called Scooter Roll-Offs. And right now I'm building in Granbury and putting some houses in there. And I'm from Artisan. I moved here in '71. Son used to play basketball in here, so.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah.
How did you hear about us?
From Kevin.
From Kevin?
He saw a router I had on buy sell trade, and I brought it tonight. I said, well, he told me that they're having this tonight. I said, I'll just meet you there then. And so I came up.
All right, very good.
I'm Ken Carlos, I'm kind of an amateur woodworker. I'd like to build some nice stuff, but I'm more of a framer type guy.
Right.
And I have a lot of interest in metal detecting, my main interest.
Okay.
I'm interested in woodworking, and I like to learn some more. I live in Alvarado.
Okay.
Awesome. My name is Dean. I just retired in January. So I've started on a journey of setting up a shop in the garage, and I tell you what, I got up at 4:30 this morning because I wanted to go out and get started on working on some wood. You know, it's just got in my blood. It's just a lot of fun. Awesome. This is what I like to do is cutting boards and security boards. So anyway, I tried the North Texas group. I found out about this group about a year and a half ago before I started really getting into woodworking. And anyway, it just seemed to be an active group, so I would like to
Very good. Where do you live?
in North Fort Worth on Eagle Mountain Lake.
Holy cow, you have a drive, don't you? Yeah.
I'm glad you found this out here.
We should get together. I live at Marine Creek Ranch.
Who else? Any other newcomers?
Yes.
Name is Lee Weber. Found out about the group on Facebook a year or so ago, and first meeting. I'm a retired police officer, 36 years of doing that. Before that, I was a cabinet maker and raised on door guy. Wood has always been something I've enjoyed working with, and I got in when I retired 4 years ago. I started collecting pallets and shipping crates and reclaiming the wood, keeping it out of the land, and turning it into furniture.
All right. Great. If you haven't signed in, make sure you sign in. Did I miss anybody? Anybody else first timers? Dan? Can you read your
My name is John. I'm from Rise Live, so I'm just coming here to see how it is. He started woodworking, and I support him, and I work for Texas Health, and he support him to
Tonight, we have an unusually large amount of raffle items because I'm cleaning out that storage unit, and there's still going to be a lot more for the next several months. So if you haven't bought your raffle ticket, do that. We will have a break in the program tonight so you can go buy some more raffle tickets. We did cancel our spring craft fair, but we're going to go for a fall craft fair, and Barbara is going to stand up and tell you everything that you need to know. Hey, Jeff.
Okay, so the spring craft fair, we're kind of hosed just just because, oh,
That's a
we got a microphone, okay.
Like she needs it.
Do I need this, really? So the spring craft fair, we got hosed. We wound up getting right up against another fair that's right down here in Cleburne. We'd have been up against them, and half the people that we had from last year were already signed up for that one. So it got to be a problem. So I decided we were going to get rid of that one. But we already had a
tell
date
you what,
set
if you
for
want wood, this
the
is the place
fall,
to come
which
right
is going to be September 12th. Same location. It's still going to be down there at the conference, the Cleburne Conference Center. But I decided what we really need to do is make this more than just a craft fair. We need to make this a fun day, a fun family day. So I'm making it the Fall Festival and Craft Fair. My hope is that we can make this the go-to, let's go have fun. I was hoping to make this so that we have food vendors
Sweet.
and maybe some live music. We talked about having some demos in the room, people who do lathes or maybe even like scroll saws or any of those kinds of intarsia, something where they can do a demo showing how they do what they do. Plus, on top of that, where's Liz? There she is. Had mentioned something about doing like we could do face painting for the kids, have some craft stuff for the kids. We talked about maybe making some little kits of things that they like, maybe little tops or something. I think Dennis mentioned building some little tops. The kids could paint them and put them together. I want something that makes it so that the whole family can come together and have fun. And then obviously have all the crafters. So that will get us more foot traffic than we had last year, for sure. And then be able to get more advertising and so forth for that. So I've set up a sign-up sheet for volunteers. I cannot do this by myself. This is definitely a Chisholm Trail woodworkers deal. So we're going to work together as a group to get this to happen. And the way to do that, I just need some extra hands. I obviously need some different mindsets, some different thinking, some different input, so that it's not just me going, hey, let's do this thing. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to have a fun day. It's going to be the Saturday, the 12th of September, like I said. So what I've done is I've made up a little sign-up sheet for the different things. We want some food trucks. I would love to get, like I said, live music and different things. So I broke this down into different categories of things that you could sign up to help with. Now, this is not a contract. You're not committed. But what I want to know is who's willing to help me and who's got some mindset that says, hey, I can pitch in for that. So I want to send this around so you guys can take a look at it. And then, get your name and number on here, and then I'll just contact you and we can go from there. Okay? Is there any questions?
Don't be shy. It's a lot of work,
It is a lot of work.
and it needs a lot of help.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So we paid for the spring, is that just all that we transfer over to the?
If you paid for spring, you should have gotten that money back. If you haven't yet, come see me and we'll get that worked out.
Forgot. Denny made up membership cards for everybody, and Jack has those up here. You bring those to Woodcraft or Rockler, or who else gives us 10% off? Fort Worth Plywood. So, you can carry those in your wallet, and so they know you're not just making it up. Urban Tree Merchants, that's one of our sponsors.
Yeah, that's one of our sponsors.
Mike,
Robinson also honors the discount if you show them.
say again?
Barney Robinson.
Barney Robinson, I didn't know that. Great. They're in Fort Worth.
I asked them about it and they told me they wouldn't do that.
Oh, they gave me 15%.
Can you put that-
5, but they gave me 15%.
Okay.
Did you go in there?
Yeah.
Next item, we're gonna start collecting the Illy boxes. This is an example one with the new dimensions, 9 tall, 12 by 16 with a removable lid. And then we've got about a half dozen guys that'll do the lasering stuff on here. Denny did mine, did an outstanding job. And we'll start collecting these and we'll just store them in that storage warehouse until we deliver June 12th.
June 12th.
June 12th is when we deliver?
I don't know, you're dealing with her.
Well, it's written down here, it must be true.
Yeah,
So we've got April, May,
16.
So you've got 2 more
I thought it was
meetings.
19, but he said 16.
to make them, to get them made.
And we gotta make 50 boxes.
the 12? Wide.
So I think last year we did 67
Yep.
boxes.
If you don't have the tools and equipment at your place and still want to make a box, Dennis is hosting a LA box
Next week from Friday and Saturday.
a week from this Friday,
And Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
You can sign up for 1 day or 2 days or. Normally,
Dennis
close
says-
starting around 9 o'clock till whenever.
So we're done. Dennis has all the toys. He has all the toys.
And the food is awesome.
Right,
Just so you know.
there.
He doesn't have anything to do with food.
Bring a couple dog treats.
That's probably why it's
all he
awesome.
wants. Good.
For the new people that are becoming members, you might tell them what the LE boxes are about.
Let's see. James, can you do that? You're in here with them.
Yes, I can. All right. This woman lost her daughter to cancer. And her daughter was such an inspiration to all the people where she was getting all her treatments that she had the idea that, and one of the things she saw that was lacking was support for the families. The families going through this trauma, because there are other things for the children, like the beads of courage and stuff like that. So what she did was she decided what would be good comfort items for the family to come together and just do things with the child and then after the child. So she came up with this idea of a box with these support items for the family in them. And she started a foundation and a charity, and she started collecting all kinds of items, support items that she thought would be appropriate for these families. And she started having events, and people would come out and fill their own box, or she would fill boxes or whatever. And when she had trouble getting boxes or figuring out what to do, and when she came to our club, she asked us, she said she wanted to have something called Christmas in July with these support boxes. And she asked us if we could make 50 boxes. And I believe we delivered 64? 67 boxes. And, right, and so, and we kind of like adopted them, she adopted us, so like, we're now becoming a main supplier for her to get these support boxes. We also supplied her with, so she could get her message out to bigger audiences, we supplied her with boxes for a parade float. So now she has a parade float that she can decorate and participate in parades like Christmas, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's, whatever. Whatever parade, she can get a spot in. She's there promoting her boxes with her new parade float boxes. And this time she's given us new direction on the new size. And we just need to burn out a bunch of boxes for her. And she asks for what she asked for. She asked for 50 because that's what will be the appropriate amount for the event she has planned. But we're going to do better. Always do better. So now what we
It's
do
very
is-
simple.
and when you're building the boxes,
And they could be any design,
right?
any.
She especially liked, in fact, I printed out something. It's funny you called on me, right? She has a Brave Like Hell wish list. Anybody who wants one can get one. We can post it on our website. This is the new dimensions for the size of the box. She had construction design details, needs, wishes, and please avoids. She has pictures of some of the past boxes with the favorite box construction with little notes, things she liked about the boxes and the variety that we gave her. Also, the design elements that she thought were very well, that she liked. And then she has a wish list for something. We're going to take on another project. We have a small committee formed to fulfill a wish list because she has limited storage. Everything is in, one of these storage places, right? And she has limited space, but she wants to make the most effective use of that space. So we're going to, our little committee, right, is going to visit with her. We have an appointment with her later this month. To go there and check out what her needs are, because one of the events she wants to have, she wants people to come and she wants to give them a box and then they can pick their own stuff to put in the box from an array of things that she has.
I've got that cyclone out in my truck.
And I think she wants these series of boxes to be slightly smaller so people don't get greedy. Well, no, just the stuff that gets donated to her needs to spread farther. So, the boxes needed to be just a little bit less tall than last time. But that's it. Other than that, so we've adopted her. We're going to take on this project. And in fact, I think I see one of the other committee members who's on the committee. I know it's me, Walter.
George was, but he had to drop out.
All right, George was. He had to drop out? Oh, okay. All right.
We'll convene.
Yeah, see, so she was especially happy with those parade boxes. Mine stayed so.
Not telling everybody to make a box, but if everybody made one box, we hit the mark. Yeah, sure.
I've got a waiver, so if anybody wants to see the species file or what it is, and you want that to.
We'll put a list of the laser people on the Facebook page so that everybody knows who they can go to.
So next Friday and Saturday, if anybody wants to come out and see how to build a box or whatever, I got some sign up sheets for Friday and Saturday. You can sign up for 1 day or 2 days, it doesn't matter.
It's not this kind of Friday, Saturday, fall.
The following, the 24th and the 25th. And then as soon as I get the list back, I will send out an email to everybody, my address and everything. And I know about half a dozen of you guys get up myself, so.
So that is a sign up for Dennis's workshop.
Okay, another charity event we're doing, we hooked up with Purple Heart organization last year we started?
Yeah, we did 3 nights of last year.
Yeah, we built 3 work centers last year for Purple Heart, so you want to mention a little bit about it?
Okay, for those
For
of
the
you,
new people?
yeah, for those of you that don't know, Purple Heart is, it's a veteran supported group. It's all run by volunteers, and what we do is we fund combat wounded vets. We send them up to Canada for a hand woodworking class, and then after their class, when they come home, we have people like us. We build them benches, and then we deliver them benches. And so that way they can continue their craft and get the bug of woodworking, as some people are finding out. And it just helps them out, and it's a lot of fun for us to do. We had a great time building those 3 benches last year. Hopefully we'll get 3 again this year, we'll see. We do already have 1 for sure, and it'll be the vet. He's gonna be in the July class tentatively right now. So we have 1. I volunteered us as a backup for another, so we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. He's in Australia, so if somebody wants to jump on a boat and take it to him, let me know, we'll build the bench. And, they're gonna figure that out. They're struggling with that particular one. But I told them we build it, we can just make it flat and we can assemble it. They gotta pay for the shipping to Australia. What's that?
We've got a group there for the built boat.
Here we go. Here we go, loaded on the boat. But it's a great organization. It's a lot of fun. And we had a great time building them.
So at our first event last year, we built, and we did it all in a couple of days. And then the second one, we decided to build it in stages. So Michael, he built the legs at his shop. and I do the top at my shop, and then we get together at my shop and put it together, you know, a week or 2 weeks later. So this time we're probably going to maybe do the final build up, maybe at Michael's shop.
Yeah, you guys get to find out how to drive to North Fort Worth. I live in Hazlet, so only a couple of you guys, that's close. The
So
rest of you
anybody
guys-
else wants to do it at their shop, you're welcome.
Don't just walk in his gate, make sure he knows you're here, he's in a big dog.
So so we already got a set of legs made for our next bench, but we're going to make a top, which probably take about half a day to do, and that's going to be held at my shop on May the 2nd, it's on the Saturday. So I got a sign-up sheet here, whoever wants to come out. I know Gary came out, I think all the bills last year, Gary and a bunch of other people. So this is May the 2nd, if anybody wants to come out and work on a bench. And then I got some pamphlets of Purple Heart if anybody wants any.
And if anybody wants to know any more, you're more than welcome. Just come up and ask me. And I'm okay with talking about it a lot. All right?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you want to talk about your new venture?
Okay. So there's another opportunity. I got asked to go help with another veteran group. His foundation is called Team Fidelis. He helps vets deal with suicide. And I met him through Purple Heart. He did the woodworking thing, and he got the bug. He's just loving woodworking. Well, he wants to get the other veterans involved in that as well. So he came up with a class to build simple boxes. And I went to Kansas City, helped him out with it. It was just an amazing experience. I really liked it. Two guys that had never touched wood, tools, or anything. Now they have the bug, they loved it. It was just cool to see how they changed in one day. So that was fun. So I offered to do it here in Texas. So I'm gonna try it in the fall at my shop. Unfortunately, it's gonna be on the same day as the craft fair for the first one. I can't help it. I tried to move it to the next weekend, but logistically we could not pull it all off. So we have to do it on the 12th. We're gonna do 5 vets. I'm hoping if we get Bobby just to do a quick video of the vets there, we're gonna have TV crews there. He's got a lot of sponsors to donate materials. If I can get a couple guys to help out, that would be great. The wives are just gonna hang out and swim at the pool while everybody else is in the shop working. I'm gonna feed them lunch, and then if those that wanna stay, they're gonna have dinner. But we just want to introduce some veterans to woodworking, help them develop the bug and the craft, and give them something to do, right, a hobby. If this goes well, next year we're going to do hopefully 2 to 4. And I think it could be fun for the group to get involved in and just help these guys learn the craft. Hopefully Brandon is going to be there. He's going to be one of the inaugural guys here in Texas. Omar, some of you guys remember, he came with me the first time we were here. He's going to be in the class as well. So it'll be fun. And if we can get the club involved, that would be great. That would be super fun. Another volunteer opportunity. Okay? Yes.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into my actual presentation, I wanted to talk about the LE boxes again. One thing that she told us last year, she didn't care what we did with the box. We could use whatever kind of wood we wanted to use, whatever kind of joinery. She didn't care. She didn't know anything about that. She didn't care if it was made out of in-grain wood, you know, like a in-grain cutting board or something like that. She just didn't know what we were capable of. So she found out, and she loved every box that we had. So I wanted to talk just a little bit about that. This is my carcass for the first one that I'm going to make. And I used a miter lock jig and router bit from Rockler. I've never used it before. I bought it about a year ago. How many of y'all have used one? 2? Well, I had never used one. It does not play well with pine. But 2 pieces of wood here, put them together like that right there. Just a little hit, well, make a liar out of me. It's still not, well, that's a tough one. But it's, for a glue up, that's going to be rock solid. Thing about this is this is one of our boards from that Nick Stewart Lumber donated to us to use for the LE boxes. I did not joint this board. I did not plane this board. It is just a regular board, has not been milled. It's not co-planar, it's not straight, nothing. But there's no glue. There's no glue on here. And I'll pass it around if you want me to, if you want to look at it. And it's that square right there with no glue, and it's just been pressed together with clamps.
What kind of outfit is that?
It's a miter lock.
Do you have it?
I don't have it with me, no.
Well, I'm going to give you a C at the best for this presentation.
But I mean, for a board that is just ragged, for a board that is ragged, has not been milled at all, that impressed me. I mean, but if you want.
D. I've tried to use one of those. It's real finicky.
It is. It is.
Every joint has its limit.
That's right. That's right. But it truly is when you lock it together. It'll make your glue up so easy. And
Yeah, that's the big thing. Gluing up a miter,
yeah.
not having to have a special clamp, just regular clamps on each side, because it won't slip.
That's,
But-
Either way.
that makes it different.
But I mean, you know, I could hand this to somebody and fall apart too. But anyway, I'm not saying to use that type of joinery. I'm just telling you it's out there. You can use finger joints. You can do dovetails, whatever you want to do. There's no a butt joint. There's no limitations. Whatever's easiest for you. But this is an opportunity to build your skills for that sort of thing. I'm still building my skills.
We're still building. We're all building.
So my presentation is that in March 17th of this year, was it? Okay, March 17th, family member out in Odessa. She was in Florida. She's pregnant. She started having problems. They sent her home to Midland. Her doctor said, you have an escalated type of preeclampsia called HELP. You need to go to Midland and this baby needs to be born. She didn't agree with that, but her husband and her went to Midland. 25 weeks into her pregnancy, they take the baby, C-section. 4 days later, the baby dies. So this is my presentation, is this box that I built. I called my sister and I told her, I said, I can do this if you want me to. And she said, no. The next week, my nephew called me and he said, build a box. So I went out, put on paper, drew it up, built this as the prototype. It was 6 inches tall. And once I saw it at 6 inches tall, I knew it was too tall. So I cut it down to 4 1/4. And this is basically what it looks like. I had a profile here. It's 3 steps. And then I made this profile as a 45 degree. And then I think you can see the shading right there. I wanted this to be kind of like a raised panel cabinet door, and on all the sides here. But I had this profile and I had this profile that was different. Well, my tools are benchtop tools. They're not the best in the world. So I went to to Stanley's shop and used his tools to joint and plane and get it all flat. And then 2 days later, I went to Gary's shop with the wood that I was actually going to use. And I went out there and I threw the wood down on his table. To me, it was going to be a simple zit, zit, zit. No, Gary, no.
You went to the wrong shop.
I did. But you know, there were things that I wanted, things that I knew I wanted in this box. I wanted 45 degree miters. I didn't want any dovetails. I didn't want any finger joints because it wouldn't look good. But I knew that Gary had the shooting planes, the shooting boards and everything where we could sneak up on that perfect 45 degree. Stanley came over to my shop yesterday and we were talking about this joint here, and he said, you know, me and Gary were talking about 45 degrees, and he makes this spline that you put down in there. Well, we used that spline. And he's shown y'all this spline before. But in the middle of a 45 degree angle, that spline right there makes your 45 degree angle solid as concrete. There's a little bit of plan to go along with it. We'll talk about that in a minute. So it went from paper to this right here to this. I had been buying this wood from Woodcraft. Every time I went in there, they had it right there where you walk by it. You know, that's sinful. They shouldn't do that. And so
It's like Rollins Hardware in Cleaver.
Yeah.
That fudge is right there by the checkout.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I would walk out of there every time with at least one of these boards. And I knew I was going to make a box out of them. I just didn't know it was going to be for this type of the deal. So each one of these was a separate board, okay? I mean, it wasn't one single deal where you could do wraparound grain. So I took each one of these boards, I put them on the table saw, and again, I thought it was zip, 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 zip. He started putting them out there like an artist and looking at them and then shuffling them around like somebody playing dominoes. And I was watching him do that, and I thought, okay, well, the wizardry had started. And we talked about the measurements. He looked at my measurements, and we cut to 45 degrees. He said, what are you going to do with the panels? I said, I want them to look like raised panel doors for cabinetry. He said, I got the bit for that. So anyway, that's what we did. And you know, he would lay it out there, the different boards, and he said, you like that? I said, yeah, I like it fine. He'd move it, how do you like that? I said, yeah, I like that too. So he gave me a lot of options to look at. He gave me design to look at. He even gave me math lessons. Yeah. And I read a tape measure, but not like Gary. I know that he was getting exasperated with me. But anyway, I had the sides and I had the bottom, but I did not have the top. And he said, well, bring the top next Thursday and we'll do the top. Well, again, the top was quite a bit bigger than this here, but I thought it was going to be we're going to use this, we're going to use this. No, that's not what we did. I don't know if y'all can see it, but if you'll look, you'll see the grain coming in from this side right here, right? Well, it came like this, and then it came way down here. I didn't think anything about that. He said, what we need to do is we need to center it so this grain here comes around and it exits over here and it's what's the word I want? Symmetrical, thank you. He said it's the difference between looking good and wow. And once he drew it off for me and I saw it, I said, I understand what you're talking about. Looks good. So anyway, we put in, thank you. We put in a lot of time on this box. He showed me a lot of design on how to build a box. This is my first really nice box. So anyway, super proud of it. They're going to take possession of it next Monday. And
What did you finish it with?
Odie's oil.
I love Odie's.
I'd never used it before. Before I got there, Gary had taken 3 pieces of wood and he used Odie's oil on one. I don't remember what the other 2 were. Osmo, I think, was one of them. Or Rubio.
No, not Rubio. Masters.
Okay.
Urethane.
Yeah.
One. Czar.
Okay. So anyway, I looked at them. I fell to the Odie's oil and I said, that's it. That's what I want right there. And I love it. I think it's really great. On a typical, I did a lot of studying before I offered to do this to my sister. And I didn't know, but you make the bottoms, you screw the bottom onto the sides. And that way, nothing escapes. I don't know that Easton's ashes will ever go in here. I think it's probably more of a memorial box than it is an urn. But if they do put them in there, that'd be great. And then Jerry Stringer made the signage for me. Yeah, it's got feet on it for not scratching up whatever they put it on. But anyway, this is it.
Very nice.
Thank y'all. There's not a whole lot of difference between the size of this one and this one, but going from this profile to this profile versus keeping everything the same just made it all kind of flow together. So, that is crotch walnut, highly figured. Yeah. Well,
I can see why you bought it.
oh, I love it. I do. So.
Beautiful, though.
One of the adjustments that I've had to do for him, if you look at his shadowed areas, they measure 3/4 of an inch. We made a protest piece. I said, the profile on my router bit will change if we make a 3/16 adjustment. 3/16 of an inch. Made a difference in what that box looked like as compared to what. So minor differences make major changes.
So one thing that I wanted to say, and I forgot about it since he said that, we cut to 45 degrees, and then we got the shooting board out, got the plane, and started planing it. Well, the hole that we had made for this started getting smaller. So as we did that, when we got it to where it glued up good, then he gave me a block plane and he said, okay, start working on that. So I had to plane this and fit it to drop down into the hole to get that rock, concrete, hard, working on the corners there.
Before you use the plane and the shooting board, though, what did I do?
What did he do?
Sorry.
I mean, that's the first thing he did.
You can't use it.
Yeah, and it was already sharp. So
Where's the hole?
the hole is inside this 45 degree
How do you get that?
with a saw blade. He popped out a flat tooth blade and just made a, what would you call it?
A curve?
Yeah, I made a curve or a dado, a small dado inside the 45. You can't see it. I can take this off if I had a screwdriver and you could see it. But just pretend that screw is it. It's sitting right there like that, inside that 45-degree miter. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing as that right there. And it.
Except with mine, you can hand fit it with a shooting board.
Yeah.
Off of a router pin, can't be fitted.
Yeah.
Other than with the router fit itself.
Chicken coop can't be an 8-inch off either.
So. No. Yeah, the top is glued on and the bottom is screwed on. So if they want to access this box, they have to take these screws out. And that's typically how an urn is made if it's a box. So
The top is not, you can't take it off.
with a hammer.
No. The edges of the top and bottom are both rabbited into the side walls of the box itself.
So the side walls actually are a little over 3/4 of an inch. By the time you get to where the top and the bottom mate, it's 3/8. It drops way on down. So anyway, I thank you and I thank Stan. And anyway, this is my presentation.